A lot of this is just from bad gameplay. I didn't really focus when I was playing, and I was basically losing hope, passion, and all the other things that people have when playing. But yeah, you can see a lot of the times I'm running out of my defense. I'm like not marking the obvious passes and trying to put like trust in mechanics, if that kind of makes any sense. Like, let's say for example, I believe like I should have won that tackle, but then again it wasn't a clear-cut tackle. Kind of like 50-50. You want to make sure you get those 99% clear-cut chances to tackle, and then yeah, it should work. Obviously the game is terrible, so sometimes it's still not going to work, but most of the times it should. If you have a tackle that you know is just clear-cut, bang, especially players with anticipate as well. So yeah, abusing AI defending. You need to stop abusing AI defending, which kind of sounds crazy because AI defending is broken. But when I mean AI defending, I mean constantly holding the R1 when you, or whatever you use to second man press. Once you keep using that, you're gonna get caught out because you're gonna drag someone that's, you're not even gonna be thinking about who you're dragging. You're just gonna be holding it, and someone's gonna get dragged out of position, which is gonna open up space for someone to make a pass into the person's position that was meant to be there, and then they're through on goal. It happens a lot of the times. You can see it here, which is very bad. It's a very bad habit, which I do have myself, even when I am like defending, trying to focus. But yeah, please, that's one reason why I concede a lot of my goals, is because AI defending, R1 second man pressing. I do that a lot, and I just drag out a lot of players, besides me doing it manually with Van Dijk. So yeah, when you're defending on a 1v1 situation, or sometimes just down the wing, typically you do not want to just be holding R2 when the person isn't even running 100% of the time. What I mean by this is you want to make sure when they stop the ball, you want to be jockeying. We're using L2. Sometimes you can use L2 and R2, but make sure you do not just use R2 to defend or move about whilst you're defending with someone, because it just makes your character out of control. You won't be able to mark the cuts and the turns that the player is going to do. So you just want to make sure you're holding L2 to jockey. It sounds simple, but a lot of people make that mistake. You can hold L2 and R2, as I said before, but please do not just hold R2. I'm gonna be honest, it's not that complicated. There isn't too much you can't not do, if that makes sense, or like what nots to do. There isn't too much. It's just these are the main things I think that actually concede a lot of goals, is when you just bring out players. Slide tackling as well. Please do not slide tackle 99% of the time. You need to be slide tackling like 20% of the time when you're playing, like in defense, period. Yeah, I'm being serious. Do not slide tackle all the time. It's just like, doesn't even make sense in this game. I don't know why it's been like that, but for FIFA, even though there's a slide tackle playstyle, slide tackling is just not the one. It's not great. But yeah, don't be slide tackling about like everywhere. Honestly, yeah, just don't bring out your players too much unless you're like 100% on the tackle. Don't go for 50-50s, because you never know if you're gonna win the ball, especially if it drags out your player. If you have to drag out your player to get to that 50-50, sometimes it's much more worth not committing. It depends on the scenario yet again, but 99% of the time it's not worth committing. And AI second man pressing, that is the big one for me, because that's something I even struggle with sometimes. Second man pressing is good because it does allow pressure or invite pressure to the opponent, so you can get the ball back quicker, which I like. But at the same time, it can draw out your opponent. If the opponent is very good at keeping the ball, it could work in their favor a million times more than yours. So yeah, those are the main things. It's not really too complicated. I think if you just work on these things, then you should be good at defending, or better, especially if you watch the other videos I've made on defending as well. Let me know if there's anything I missed out or anything I haven't really thought about, because I feel like there is, but there's something I haven't said yet. Defending can be tricky sometimes. At the end of the day, it's a learning curve, because you're learning of how your opponent plays during the game. It's not as if there's some magic blueprint where there's just one set way to defend. There's obviously different play styles, so you're gonna have to adapt within the game. So don't feel discouraged if you feel like this person or one game you defended well and the next game you didn't. All it is just practice. It takes time. At the end of the day, there isn't too many different ways to play, especially in this FIFA, so it's because it's so meta driven. So once you get the hang of, okay, this person's gonna do the first time free balls, I've learned through Tezama's videos how to defend them, or this person's doing a lot of wing play, cutbacks, etc. You get the habit of knowing how to defend in different scenarios. So don't feel too discouraged. Just make sure you keep practicing. And the best way to practice is obviously just playing games, and make sure to play people that are better than you. Try to aim high for the highest divisions, even if you don't feel like you're able to get there, or like if you don't feel like you're ready for that skill level. Try to get there anyway, so you can play people much better than you and learn from them, or just learn like what they do, their passage of plays and their patterns, and even pick up their defending. When you're attacking against them, see how they defend against you, and just learn some things. That's one way I learn, especially in the older FIFAs, how to defend. When I just pick up habits from other players that I know are better than me. So yeah, just keep going. it will get better, trust me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and peace.